Hindi ko alam kung gaano kalakas ng kapatid mo lahat ng kaso na dismiss. Tininiwala ka ba na itong si Gavin Espinosa ay drug lord din?
If I may, Your Honor, yes. Kerwin Espinosa, 2009, he is convicted for life imprisonment sa Cebu. Nag-appeal siya, then reverse ang appeal niya.
Hindi ka ba nagtataka kay Espinido, bakit na-reverse yung life imprisonment niya?
Because of money.
Because of money.
Because of money.
Oo, nababayaran ng justice.
Congressman Abante.
Mr. Chair, I would like to just ask a few questions to Ms. Mariel Marina. How do you know your brother? Kerwin, gaano mo siya kilala?
As kapatid po, kuya po talaga ng pamilya.
Gaano mo siya kilala? Kuya siya, gaano mo siya kilala?
Kilala ko po.
Kilala.
Yes po.
Hindi siya drug pusher. Hindi siya drug lord.
Hindi po siya drug lord.
Totoo, hindi siya drug lord.
Totoo po. Kasi kasama kaming lumaki sa Cebu. Ano po si kuya, parang sipat ba? Yung
bakit marami kayong pera at marami kayong property? Bakit?
Hindi naman po marami.
Marami. Saan eh?
Ano po, may auntie po kami yung nakasuporta sa amin. Yung
yung auntie mo?
Hindi po, mga kapatid po ng daddy ko po, side ni daddy ko po. Andun sila lahat sa labas ng bansa po.
Ibig sabihin, doon sa bangko ng kapatid mo, meron kayong milyon eh.
Hindi ko po yun alam.
Hindi mo alam.
Hindi ko po alam.
Alamin mo, meron eh.
Wala.
Marami kayong property sa iba't ibang pangalan pa.
Sorry.
Kaya ako, tataka ako, kung ang kapatid mo, merong lehitimong trabaho. Ang sabi niya, nagpunta siya ng Malaysia, buong pamilya. Ako nagtataka ako, paano nakapunta ng Malaysia ng buong pamilya? May pera. Napunta ng Dubai ng buong pamilya. Alam mo, Mariel, nagpupunta ako ng Dubai ilang beses sa isang taon. Alright? At kung ikaw ay walang trabaho doon, ang makukuha mo lang tourist visa ng 3 buwan at hindi mo makasama ang buong pamilya mo. 1 o 2 lang. Yun ang alam ko dyan. Oo. Ngayon, makakatara ka sa Dubai nang merong permanent visa kapag bibili ka ng bahay sa Dubai. Matagal ang kapatid mo ron. Matagal. Sa Abu Dhabi. Oo. Abu Dhabi pala. Matagal ang kapatid mo ron at ang kanyang pamilya. Oo. Kaya nagtataka ako kung hindi siya. Sabi niya sa amin dito, sayang wala siya rito eh. Sabi niya sa amin dito na siya'y naghahanap ng trabaho sa Abu Dhabi. Tataka ako, anong trabaho mahanapin niya sa Abu Dhabi? Di ba? Marami siyang pera, sapagkat tumira siya ng ilang buwan doon na wala siyang trabaho. Nagbalik siya rito. Oo, nagbalik siya rito. Kaya, tinatanong kita kung gaano mo kilala ang iyong kapatid sapagkat tinatanong ko kung siya ay talagang drug lord siya. Ngayon naman, kahit sabihin kong drug lord siya, wala na siyang kaso eh. Di ba? Na-dismiss na lahat ng panahon na dating Pangulo eh. Hindi ko alam kung gaano kalakas ng kapatid mo lahat ng kaso na dismiss. Dismiss. Nakakawala na siya ngayon. Kaya kahit nasabihin kong drug lord siya ngayon, at yan, nandiyan si Director General Lasso. Director General Lasso, hindi ba nasa drug watch list pa si Kerwin Espinosa?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Under surveillance pa siya, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Minomonitor niyo mga lakad niya, di ba?
Yes,
o yan. Ngayon, itong si Kerwin Espinido, naniniwala ka ba na itong si Kerwin Espinosa ay drug lord din?
If I may, Your Honor, yes. Kerwin Espinosa, sana sa pagtingin ko, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, pagpunta dito para magtanggap na lang, iaminin na siya. Drug lord, total, hindi man siya makulong. Pagkatapos, isabi niyang lahat, dahil pinatay yung papa niya. Yun lang sana para paniwalaan. Kerwin Espinosa, 2009, he is convicted for life imprisonment sa Cebu. Nag-appeal siya, then reverse ang appeal niya.
Hindi ka ba nagtataka kay Espinosa, bakit na-reverse yung life imprisonment niya?
Because of money.
Because of money.
Because of money.
Oo, nababayaran ng justice.
Makita doon kung sino nag-release. Nag-reverse.
Oo. Ngayon, gusto ko lang sabihin sa lahat, sa mga nanonood nating milyon-milyon mga taong bayan dito, ito pong Quadcom hearing, hindi pinoprotektahan ng drug lord. Dito, ini-expose ang drug lord. Okay? Ayaw namin ng drug dito sa Pilipinas. Ngayon, gusto ko rin sabihin na ako naniniwala ako sa war on drugs. Tama ho ba ako? Tama yung war on drugs. Dapat talaga labanan. Ang hindi ko pinapaniwalaan kung bakit kinakailangan merong patayin na more than 20,000. Tama ba ako, Colonel Spinedo? Oh, tama ba ako,
yes,
Colonel Garma? Colonel Garma, tama ba ako? Naniniwala tayo sa war on drugs, di ba? Pero hindi ako naniniwala na more than 20,000 ang kinakailangan patayin. Tama ba ako? Tama, di ba? Oo.
Yes, Mr.
Oh, Director General Lasso, tama, correct. Okay, General Torre, tama ho ba ako?
Yes, sir.
Kasi, naniniwala tayo ron eh. Pero gusto kong sabihin sa inyo, dito iniimbestigahan natin ng EJK, yung pong mga pinatay, whether they be drug pushers or drug lord, pinibigyan natin sila ng due process. Walang due process itong mga to eh. Kanina, kung nakita mo yung mga biktima kanina, yung mga kaanak ng biktima, karamihan doon, mistaken identity. Karamihan doon, can you imagine, 9 years old pinatay. Sa Cebu, merong 3-year-old napatay ng straight bullet dahil sa war on drugs. See? Dito sa Maynila, pinatay yung drug lord, nakasakay sa tricycle, pati yung driver ng tricycle pinatay. Yun ang ayaw natin. That's the reason why, nais kong sabihin po dito, that we do not want to protect any drug lord here or drug pusher here. We want to expose them. We want them to be charged according to law. Yun ang nais po natin. At ayaw natin na merong mga libo-libong napapatay dahilan dyan. Ayaw dahil ng reward system. Hindi ba? Okay. General Torre, nandito ka nung aming iniimbestigahan si Colonel Marcos, di ba? Na ang sabi niya, ganun din sa'yo, Commissioner Bernardo, dito ka rin, di ba? Si Colonel Marcos, sinabi niya sa kanyang pulis na papasukin ang selda ni Mayor Espinosa Rolando. Pero ang sabi niya, i-restrain nyo lang. Pero pinatay. Pinatay ng major at pinatay ng 7 pulis. Okay? Ngayon, ito po ang question ko. Ano ba ang dapat gawin ng kapulisan? Yan. Tatanungin ko muna si Commissioner Bernardo. Ano ba dapat gawin ng kapulisan sa isang major at 7 pulis na pumatay sa isang nasa selda ng walang kalaban-laban? Anong dapat gawin dyan?
Your Honor,
Yes.
In this particular case, there was a decision of the Supreme Court that tells us that although they can apply for a search warrant in a detention center, however, that the search warrant sought for under Judge Sabera, the search warrant that was sought for Mayor Espinosa was not at all properly done. and therefore the judge were fined for 20,000. I make this preliminary statement considering the fact that if the search warrant was irregularly sought from the court and it was rendered to be irregular, they loses the defense of good faith and presumption of regularity. And therefore, it is incumbent upon them to substantiate the legality of the warrant of arrest and the execution of the same. Furthermore, there was death as a result of the supposed execution of the warrant of arrest. They admitted that they killed both person, the person of Mayor Espinosa and Mr. Raul Yap. And we were given the information that there were investigations conducted by the NBI. And based on the medical legal, it shows that he was killed while lying down. And therefore, it was recommended...
Therefore, Atty. Bernardo, anong dapat gawin sa mga pulis?
They should be investigated and criminal case should be filed, and administratively, they should be meted the corresponding penalty.
Their firearms ought to be confiscated. Am I right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Yun lang. Ngayon, si General Torre, ano po dapat gawin ng Philippine National Police sa mga pulis na yan?
I submit to the wisdom of the Commissioner of the NAPOLCOM, sir. I believe that his opinion is 100% correct, sir.
Are you going to start an investigation on that, General Torre?
Yes, sir. The whole case files were already pulled out, and we are already in the process of re-examining the documents,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you. I hope you will. Now, Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, do we have Colonel Leonardo here at this point in time?
Yes, may we ask Colonel Leonardo to please sit down.
So there is someone who will be asking questions first, then I will be the one to do it.
Siguro pwede na ho nating tapos na ho siguro tayo. Pwede na po natin siguro ma-excuse itong ating mga galing pang Albuera. Ito sila. So,
Mr. Chair, my questions are directed also to the Albuera case.
Okay. Sorry about that, Congresswoman Brosas. So, Nay, diha lang mo. Total, koto naman talas do sa kadlawon diri, ha? Okay lang? Sige. So, okay, now...
Can you kindly translate it?
No, I said, dyan lang muna sila kasi hanggang alas 2 tayo ngayon.
Mr. Chair, I will give way to Congressman.
Okay, thank you, Congressman Abante. Congresswoman Brosas, you have the floor. You have 10 minutes.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, ilang mga tanong lang kaugnay sa Albuera case na Mr. Chair. Sino po yung nag-apply ng search warrant sa Albuera?
Ang Leyte Police Provincial Office, Your Honors.
So, Mr. Chair, yung search warrant against Espinosa Sr. ay mula sa police?
Yes.
All police?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Bakit po police ang nag-file?
Kasi yun naman ang legality ng application ng search warrant, Your Honor. Nung malaman ng mga taga-Leyte PPO na mayroong mga contraband sa loob ng bahay ni Mayor, then they applied for search warrant para legal ang pagpasok ng police.
So basically, sila ang may information.
Yes.
Tungkol sa illegal na, ano ang nakalagay doon? Illegal na baril?
Firearms.
Drugs?
Firearms. I think that is more than 20 firearms, explosive. May kuan din, Your Honors. May 11 kilos na shabu sa loob.
Ngayon, Mr. Chair, wala bang information yung mga jail guards tungkol sa illegal possession nila? Kasi 'di ba, yung mga jail guards, wala ba kayong alam na merong ganon? At bakit wala?
Mr. Chair, Wala po kaming contrabands doon dahil sagawa kami ng galugad noong October 30, 2016 po.
Yes, very basic po yung tanong ko, Mr. Chair. Kasi kung may information, bakit hindi na lang naghalughog? Diba? Di ba may patakaran naman para sa search sa loob ng jail? Sa BJMP manual, di ba may rules tungkol sa Greyhound search? Mr. Chair?
Your Honor, sorry. Sa pag-intindi ko, akala ko yung search warrant sa bahay ni Mayor na pinag-usapan dito, ano? Pero yung tanong mo, ma'am, sa jail.
Yes,
sorry.
Jail. Jail.
Nandito man ang nag-represent sa CIDG, ma'am, na sila ang nag-apply ng search warrant, si Major Laraga, makapagsabi. Sorry, ang kanina.
Yes, Mr. Chair, hindi yung search warrant doon sa house, kundi yung mismong pagpasok doon sa loob ng jail. Yun po kasi tinutukoy kanina ni Chairman Abante. Bakit sa loob yung search warrant? Tapos meron naman tayong BJMP manual rules na pwede namang mag-Greyhound search kapag merong information na nakarating sa mga jail guards na merong ganito, no? May mga prohibited or forbidden doon sa loob ng jail. Bakit naging ganon, no? O kalimbawa, walang information, yun yung narinig ko kanina, di ba? Tama ba? Yun ang sagot. Wala pong information na nakarating sa inyo. Kasi kung walang information na nakarating sa inyo, tapos may ganong search warrant, hindi kayo magaling magbantay. Ganun ba yun? Ano ibig sabihin nun? Hindi kayo effective?
Mr. Chair, the SW was handled by the CIDG. And we do not have any personal knowledge on the whereabouts of their handling of the search warrant. And besides, prior to the raid, we already conducted a galugad, an SOP by the sub-provincial jail facility.
Just precisely yun nga po yung tanong ko eh. It's either magkakagulo at natatakot kayo kung mag-search sila. Kasi paano nakapasok yung gamit? Diba? Ibig sabihin yun, kahit nagalugad kayo, hindi nyo nakita. Ganun yung ibig sabihin nun eh, Mr. Chair. Hindi kayo nagbantay. Hindi kayo effective.
Mr. Chair, aling gamit ba ang tinutukoy ni Ma'am?
Mr. Chair, yun yung nasa search warrant na sinabi against Espinosa Sr.
Mr. Chair, we cannot answer the question.
Ano po ba yung contraband according to jail rules? Maaari niyo po bang sabihin sa akin?
Mr. Chair, the illegal contrabands that is subject under our rules are any into any intoxicating, any liquor, any drugs, any pointed bladed weapons, or firearms to that effect.
Yes, Mr. Chair, no, yung contraband, anything prohibited by law or forbidden by jail rules that would pose as security hazards or endanger the lives of inmates. At ang sinasabi niyo po sa akin, wala kayong nakitang ganon. Pero meron search warrant. Diba?
Hello.
So yung search warrant po, ang sinasabi niyo, walang kontrabando sa loob, pero nagbigay no, ng search warrant, nag-apply ng search warrant, mag-iiba na ngayon yung itsura. Tama ba,
Mr. Chair, I don't understand the...
Ang tanong ko lang kasi po, bakit kailangan
Mr. Chair, I believe that should be directed to the CIDG. Major Leo, Major Laraga is here. They were the agency concerned who applied for the search warrant.
Kaya ko po ito tinatanong, Mr. Chair, kasi bakit kailangan mag-file ng search warrant kung pwede namang mag-search lang? Hindi kaya dahilan nito para makapasok sa jail ang mga pulis? Kasi yun na lang yung nakikita kong reason eh, di ba? Kasi hindi pwedeng pumasok ang mga pulis sa mga detention facilities. Tama ba? Di ba? Hindi pwedeng pumasok ang mga pulis sa mga detention facilities. Nang basta-basta na lang, di ba?
Mr. Chair, again, I cannot answer the query. It is now up to the CIDG, headed by Major Laraga here. Why he applied for the search warrant?
So, Mr. Chair, nandito ba yun? Yung nag-apply ng search warrant?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
With the indulgence of Congresswoman Arlene, I would just like to ask Dondon just to confirm with regards to his previous statement that kilala niya po yung police officer that was involved in that search in the cell of Mayor Espinosa. Dondon, you mentioned that you personally know Major Laraga.
Opo.
Pwede mo ba ituro si Major Laraga dito? Saan siya? Pag-gamit ng microphone.
Katabi ni Rasaga.
So, Major Laraga.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Good evening.
Have you taken your oath?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, Kung Arlene, yun yung Major Laraga. Siya yung nag-apply ng search warrant. Tama?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yan, Mr. Chair, tanong ko kanina, bakit kayo nag-file ng search warrant kung pwede naman sila ay mag-search, no? Sabi ko nga kanina, pwede namang Greyhound search. Hindi ba kayo nagtitiwala sa mga jail guards?
Mr. Chair, please, I humbly submit to the ruling of the Supreme Court with regard to that particular issue and the exact case, Mr. Chair. It was ruled in Administrative Matter number RTJ-17-2494, dated January 26, 2021, Mr. Chair. If you may allow me, Mr. Chair, I can quote the...
Yes, that's the motu proprio fact-finding investigation
yes,
on the
Mr.
issuance
Chair.
of search warrant. So,
It was discussed all there, Mr. Chair.
yes, Mr. Chair. So, case siya ngayon, no? Ongoing case, motu proprio.
No, it was already ruled by the Supreme Court,
So, what was
Mr.
the
Chair.
ruling?
Mr. Chair, I would like to quote the dispositive part only with regard to the issue, Mr. Chair. Quote, Mr. Chair, a comprehensive, guided by the foregoing discussion, it is clear that there are marked differences between a search in relation to a criminal investigation and a search that is meant as a protective measure in imprisonment.
Mr. Chair, mahaba ba yan? Baka pwedeng sabihin na lang natin yung facts of the case. Actually, alam ko naman na si Judge Tarcelo Sabare Jr. ng RTC, tama po ba? Ng Basay Samar?
Yes, Mr. Chair, that is
Bayad mo
correct.
pa ito was fined in the amount of 20,000. Stern warning lang, Mr. Chair, for violation of Supreme Court rules, directives, and circulars. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang properly, ang sinabi niya lang dito, no? The warrants, they were not properly endorsed. So, ganun lang, Mr. Chair, yung sinabi. So, Mr. Chair, pag ganito, gusto ko lang pumunta doon sa punto na ano yung patakaran sa application ng search warrants? Kasi may namatay kasi. So, sino yung mananagot kapag may namatay sa detention facility? Mr. Chair, baka sa DOJ. And may patakaran ba sa application ng search warrants?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, from NAPOLCOM, earlier we stated that inasmuch as the application for the search warrant was not endorsed by the duly authorized heads of the agency, it was ruled by the Supreme Court that it was improperly applied. As a result of which, the judge who issued the search warrant was fined for 20,000. Number two, there was also a observation by Justice Kagiwa that the manner of asking the question, when Judge Sabera asked the confidential informant, it was bordering to a hearsay. And the PS or PO3 Abellanosa, who was tasked to validate the same, merely narrated the statement of a confidential informant. This contributed to the determination of the court that it was irregularly applied. With that irregular search warrant that was sought, the execution of the same is also questionable, and therefore the validity of the search may be put to question. If the search warrant was not properly asked, there is no more presumption of regularity in the supposed service of search warrant. Furthermore, if there were deaths as a result of which, and they admitted that they killed, as a result of it, it was admitted that they were killed, they are now raising the defense of self-defense. If they raise the theory of self-defense, the burden now rests upon the police officer to substantiate that it was lawfully done. Furthermore, there was investigation conducted by the NBI. I stand to be corrected, we have the NBI here. The original recommendation of NBI is to file a murder case. Only it was downgraded to homicide. And for what reason they may have, I really would like to find that out. It was said that the medical legal stated that the Mayor Espinosa was lying down, and when he was killed, there were two shots from a position of a person that was lying down. How then could it be that it was true that there were exchanges of fire when the mayor was lying down? I will be corrected if the NBI would further elaborate on the same.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair, Commissioner. Gusto kong matanong, Mr. Chair, yung saan nagka-problema or saan yung abuso? Sa pag-apply ng warrant of arrest, sa pag-issue, o sa pag-implement? Or are those three, yun yung violate?
All of the above, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, it was not properly endorsed, and also therefore there was no further verification as to why was it there was a need to apply for a search warrant. The theory, theoretically, they can apply for a search warrant when the purpose of the search warrant is to further conduct a criminal investigation. There were allegations that the jail guard was involved in the drug operation in the within the detention center, and when this was supposed to be established by the judge, the the Constitution specific stated that there should be probing question and answer. There should be a personal determination, a probable cause that the allegation might be true or correct. The court was not at all convinced in the process of asking the probing question from the confidential informant, and therefore the application was not properly endorsed. It was irregular, and the issuance by the judge was also improperly made, as observed by Justice Kagiwa. They relied for my hearsay, for a confidential informant. Furthermore, at the third stage, the execution of the warrant of arrest might give an impression that it was not properly done. This was bolstered by the fact that, again, I stand to be corrected, by the medico-legal, the cause of death and the position of the Mayor Espinosa, he was lying down when he was shot, and therefore that demolishes the defense of the executing officer that there was an exchange of fire. How could that be possible when the person was lying down? And the NBI was of the belief that a murder offense, a murder case has been committed, and that's basically more or less the entire thing altogether is of questionable circumstances.
So,
yes, hence the question, Mr. Chair, ng homicide over dun sa dapat ay murder case. Mr. Chair, kung bakit ko po tinatanong ito, kasi alam ko na yung sa implementation na nagre-result sa death, hindi lang po ito sa usapin nung Espinosa case, and actually, meron pong mga iba pang mga cases, for example, for the activists, yun pong Bloody Sunday case kung saan merong 9 activists na pinatay, sina Emmanuel Asuncion, Chay Limita Evangelista, Ariel Evangelista, Greg Dasigo, Macmac Bacasno, Abner Esto, Edward Esto, Puroy de la Cruz, Pulong de la Cruz. Sempo cases po, localized, synchronized, enhanced management of police operations in Negros. Meron pong mga pinatay, mga extrajudicial killings in Negros. December 2018 po nangyari sa Negros Island, 6 people killed, 13 arrested. Hindi lang po yan, meron pa pong case ng Tumandok, December 11, 2020. Si Roy Giganto, si Reynaldo Katipunan, Mario Aguirre, Eliseo Gayas, Mauro Diaz, Artelito Katipunan, Arcelito Katipunan, Jomer Vidal. So ito po mga biktima, no, ng mga violations, Mr. Chair, no, ng pagpapatupad ng mga ganitong klase ng kaso, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
And I hope, Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair, with the indulgence of Congresswoman Rosas, can I just clarify, Mr. Chair, because Congresswoman Rosas, lahat po ng mga pulis, medyo laraga, na-demanda kayo, di ba?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
Lahat dismissed, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yun ang gusto kong sabihin lang. Lahat dismissed. Nakakapagtaka, bakit na-dismiss?
Okay. Tapos ka na, Congressman Abante, because we want Congresswoman Rosas to wrap up.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Wrap up so that we can proceed with another witness.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Yun lang, Mr. Chair. Lahat ito ang basis ng mga raids, search warrants sa Calabarzon, sa Panay. Lahat po ito, ginawa nung nakaraan. So I hope, Mr. Chair, there will also be a investigation para po mabigyan ng hustisya yung mga kapamilya ng mga biktima na ito, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Brosas.